We had finished exploring the main panel at Crow Canyon, and we were eager to see what else this canyon had to offer. So we were super excited for our next stop, which was the Big Warrior panel. Ready to explore the second part of Crow Canyon. And so after the main panel, there is another section that has like 3 major panels in it. And so we are going to explore those before sunscreening up because we don't want to be burnt. After making sure we were all sunscreened up, we left the trusty ZR2 in its parking spot and went to the hiking trail. The Big Warrior panel is usually overshadowed by the other 2 panels in the area. The main panel and of course the 44 panel. However, we were super excited since it was supposed to be pretty neat. Now, unlike other panels, these ones are actually relatively young. This specific panel was made by the Navajo people in the Denete, which is in their homeland, which means among the Navajo or among the people. The Crow Canyon Archaeological District is listed on the National Register of Historic Places, and it should be. It is an amazing location. Now, when I said that these aren't as old as a lot of the other petroglyphs, a lot of times on YouTube or other places you will see what's known as the barrier style, which is the more common style you'll see in the Southwest. Those panels tend to be about 1,000 or more years old. Now, what's different about these panels is that they are quite young. What does young mean exactly? Well, these are dated to between the 16th and 18th century. Which, if you're not familiar, the 16th century was around 1501 and later. So still, in the grand scheme of things, these are still relatively old, but not as old as some of the other ones out there. As you can see here, the hike to get to this area is very, very short. There's a little sandy area and you have to navigate through the sagebrush. But before you know it, you'll actually be at the panel.
And frame hands. 5 fingers, so they're normal.
They're not aliens?
No.
They're not like the Fremont ones, which are aliens because they had TVs coming out and antennas?
They were just, they were advanced. They had headdresses and things on those. These are hands coming out of the ground.
Yeah, that's unique.
It is.
There's more over here too. Look, there's big ones right there.
That's why we're starting left and going right. That's cool though. That's cool, and then the warrior one. Huh?
Very faded up there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Most of it's down lower again.
I know.
I see it though. That's cool. A lizard. I still think it looks like a crane bird. They must have migrated through at one point.
It does look like a
Definitely
crane.
not a crow.
No.
Could be a crow, I guess.
Could be.
That's probably a crow. Little people. So there was a giant crow and there were some little people and they got eaten.
I wonder if they have a story.
Yes, I just said. Giant crow, little people, and then they got eaten.
I mean like an official, actual Dene story.
That's the story. Why else would the crow be larger than the people?
Maybe crows were bigger back then.
As I'm saying, it's prehistoric.
Prehistoric crows.
It's huge.
Huge.
That's a good one. These are cool.
These are cool.
That's cool. Need to get this an extra large tall, but I love these Columbias. That's cool, right? It's number 1.
It is.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I see it. See, it's an ant with a shield.
It's just kind of what it looks like. And then it's got this little one down below.
That's a princess.
So let's take a closer look at some of these panels. So this is one of the last panels as you saw, but this is more traditional like you would expect in this area. As you can see, they have their scepters and their headdresses, which is typical for most Native American petroglyphs. Now the one that is confusing here is this one that kind of looks like a 7. What does it mean? I haven't been able to find anything. If you know, comment down below. Now let's look at the actual warrior panel. This one seems pretty well and easy to interpret. As you can see, he is holding a giant shield to protect himself. And obviously he is waiting to fight someone, or he is going to go do some fighting himself. But which war was this related to? Was it the Spanish or was it the other native peoples? Now let's look at the first panel that we showed. This one I think is the most fascinating.
We are familiar with hands on different petroglyphs that we've seen throughout the years, but these are different. These seem to be reaching up from the ground. As you look at them, it makes you wonder if maybe this was a symbolization of growth coming out of the ground like a tree. Or could it be that someone had crushed this area and it was a cry for help? Looking at this panel, it really makes you wonder what the artist was trying to convey. As we admired the petroglyphs, we began to wonder what other mysteries Crow Canyon held. Looking out into the landscape, we really felt a connection with the native people, and we were ready to go exploring some more. If you're ever in the area, you need to add this panel to your list.